Hello fellow Christians and heathens, and welcome to Sermon Sunday. Last month we spent a lot of time talking about identity, and this month, in honor of Black History Month, we're going to be talking about how people of color view themselves in the Bible. This particular episode, I want to talk about his story, history, and why we fit in the narrative, the biblical narrative. Stay tuned. It's so easy to categorize people by their differences. And so often we say that we're people made in God's image. The one thing that holds us together, that makes us work together, the one thing that gives us unity, often gets tossed to the side. And differences are great. I love different cultures, different ethnicities, different genders, different activities, different hobbies. Differences are awesome. They're what make us feel unique. They're what make us feel like we have a sense of purpose. And there's no need to be afraid of differences. I know sometimes people will say,
I don't see color. Well, you should see color. It's hard to look at a chocolate girl and not know that she's chocolate.
Differences are important. Differences make us who we are. And God wasn't afraid of differences. In fact, he chose so many different people to put in his narrative. He chose tax collectors. He chose prostitutes. He chose all types of people. Good, bad, ugly. And he used them for his greater purpose, the gospel. Now, I do want to make a little distinction. While we may have differences, these differences aren't meant to keep us separate. They're meant to give us purpose. They're meant to give us connectivity points. They're meant to give us a sense of who we are in this unique way. But differences aren't supposed to keep us from being involved with one another, aren't supposed to keep us from doing jobs with one another, aren't supposed to keep us from living out the gospel with one another. Our differences weren't given to us as setbacks. But in fact, these differences were given to us so that way we could add to his greater narrative. Yes, I'm a chocolate girl. And yes, I have my own struggles, but don't we all? Whether you're chocolate, whether you're a man, whether you came from a poor home, whether you came from a rich home, we all have differences, and we all have things that have held us back in life. But they're not meant to keep us held back. I like to say that the struggles in my life aren't my story, but the struggles in my life are what motivate me to continue my story. What struggles motivate you? In one of my favorite movies, Black Panther: Wakanda, Michael B. Jordan states this: "Throw me in the ocean with my ancestors who jumped ship, because even they knew death was better than bondage." Just let that sink in a little bit. That's the definition of slavery. Today we live in a society that wants to keep us in bondage. For my people of color, it's crazy to think that our color has given us parameters. Black men and police brutality, Black women being the angry Black girl, Black children being abandoned by Black fathers, Black people in general not being educated enough, and if we speak proper, then we're not as Black. Parameters such as, we gotta know how to dance at all times, and we gotta be funny. But sometimes we're just not funny, and sometimes we can't dance. Now you may be thinking, okay, I get it, like we've heard it all before. But the reason why it's so important that we realize these parameters that we're putting on one another, we realize that these parameters keep us in bondage. How can I fully feel as if I exemplify Christ if what society says about me, what my friends say about me, What my family says about me is different than what God says about me. And it's not just for people of color. All of us, in some way, have been put in bondage by the people around us. And it's time that we break free. Insert High School Musical quote. Esther 4:14 states, "For if you remain silent at this time, relief and deliverance for the Jews will arise from another place. But you and your father's family will perish. And who knows but that you have come to your royal position for such a time as this." You may be thinking, well, it was Queen Esther. She's a queen. She has power. She's able to set everyone free, but not me, not little old me who's still in school, not little old me who maybe graduated and don't got no position, but the position in my parents' basement. You have been given power. You're royalty. You're chosen by God to live out His good purpose. We mustn't be silent. Our words must uplift and bring life, because enough words are bringing death in this world. We got enough of them.
Grab somebody, let it go. Ooh, everybody, can you feel the groove? Grab somebody, let it go. Ooh, everybody, grab somebody. Everybody. You got me feeling alright. Whenever I'm around you, baby, you make me feel so alive.
Ooh. Thank you so much for watching Sermon Sunday, and we will see you next week.